you know, we saw at the bottom right here, there's only about 6 or 7. And you actually click each link, have to go over there, fill it out, go to the next one, fill it out. Social Marker, you could choose up to 31 of them right there. It's a free service. Now, the only thing is, one time or 10 times, you have to go and sign up for each account. So I have to sign up for a Propeller account, a Technorati account, a Twitter account. I have to sign up for the one time. My staff does it. I don't do it. And we do it for multiple different accounts. So we have 10 Twitter accounts. We have 10 Propeller accounts. We have 10 Slashdot accounts. They all go to different email addresses. They all have different names. Does everybody understand what I'd want to have 10 of each? Because then, okay. Just because we want it to look natural. So when we're going out there, I will literally tell my guys, hit it on 10. You do it. Pick 10 random ones and submit it. Or if I want all 30, I do all 30. But if every single time the same bookmark account is the one that's linking to your blog every single time, and that's the only thing in the world that it links to, the engine's going to be able to figure it out. So you want to bookmark other pages just out of the blue within those accounts too, by the way. It doesn't do you any harm. It doesn't diminish any value. Just make sure yours are on top. You know, but just use multiple bookmarking accounts. They're free. And that way I literally tell them, you know, 3 of you guys get to work. We want this post done. Just randomly pick 10. And the same thing with Amazon.turk. One of the parameters is randomly pick a post or randomly pick one of the RSS feed buttons to subscribe to. A lot of people hit the first, second, and third one, but you know, people do, okay, I got to be random. And they'll go down and scroll down and pick one up and pop it out. But it doesn't matter because they're still a unique person. And it happens at a different time of day in a different part of the world. And that way it makes it actually easier for you. So, yes?
Did you ever have any IP address issues? Let's say you have 20 accounts in YouTube and all your guys submitting videos all day long to these accounts. And YouTube basically can see your IP address.
Yep.
And they're seeing that there are a lot of submissions for different accounts coming from the same IP address. Same maybe like Social Marker, if your people doing it in the office, let's say 10 people doing it for 20 accounts. Did you ever have any IP issues that these sites come back to you and say, please?
Not with YouTube, but we have had IP issues, so we have set up proxy rotation systems.
Oh, okay. So, but proxies, I think many people go through proxies, and this is also something they see. That always, let's say, for many different accounts, a lot of submissions come from this IP address.
Well, proxy rotation means you drop in 1,000 different proxy servers, and it rotates through them randomly, so it's never coming from the same blocks.
Yes, of course, but many people using proxy servers.
Yeah, but
I don't. It's just a question.
When I cared about IP address, I don't go to YouTube and spam YouTube. In fact, there's something called tube something, you know, and I told my clients not to use it, because you'll get caught for spamming. This kind of stuff, loading up videos or bookmarking it, YouTube doesn't care if you're promoting YouTube. YouTube cares if I load up the same video 1,000 different times. I may load up the same video in 2 or 3 different YouTube accounts, but I don't load it up to 1,000 different YouTube accounts. I don't have a robot go in and spam YouTube with comments, which will also increase your rankings. I hire someone to do it. And it's not like you tell them to go in there on 1,000 different ones and just do it every time. But when we have run into IP issues, we've rotated them. For example, you don't have to use a public IP, and if you own a whole network of servers, I couldn't even tell you how many dedicated boxes I have. Couldn't even.
No.
Okay? No. My webmaster, all I have to do to him is say, my brother did this when we were working with AdSense, and we were worried about that stuff with AdSense before they had the ability to have other people sign in and stuff like that for it. And we realized that everyone shares everyone's AdSense account. He would actually set up proxies on our own servers, and we'd rotate through that. We'd sign in through that. And that's not a public proxy. It's our own private, and we can move it from one server to the next whenever we want. It wasn't a big deal. Then Frank Kern was working on something, and he had a guy who wanted to be talked to about a proxy rotation system because, I don't know if I want to say what it was, but there was an IP issue that we had to get around. So getting around that was a proxy rotation script. So if you have an IP concern, you can easily find someone to set up an IP rotation system for you. They're all over. You go to Rent-A-Code or Elance, you name it. And Rick's actually probably a good one to ask because he's a webmaster. So, but YouTube, we haven't had a problem because we don't spam it. We generally, when I say multiply it, I multiply the video outside of YouTube, and YouTube certainly doesn't care if I'm promoting YouTube. Inside YouTube, I don't go in and take 10,000 copies of the same video and open up 10,000 accounts. I open up multiple accounts, yes. And then I go outside of YouTube and I bookmark it all over the place and I add it to my MySpace pages, my Facebooks, and all the other Web 2.0 properties. And they show up in the search engines. So, okay. Let's see. So, okay, promote this. We talked about this already. In the search engine results, I found this link right away for one of my promos. It's an RSS channel, and that's one of ours, totally free blog. What have I told you guys to go to before? TotallyFreeBlogTools.com. That's where some of our tools are. This is actually one of our accounts, Totally Free Blog Tools, on Twango, and this is an RSS feed from Twango that showed up. When you click the link in the search engine, it takes you to Tango. So what would I do at Twango? I would then take that page and just promote it. So I think we've already made that clear. Okay, number 4 in 4 days. So Sigma SD14, 14 megapixel digital camera, digitalcamerareviewsblog.com. I'm number 4 in Google for one of the high-end digital cameras that was also in that magazine that we talked about, Popular Photography, that was looking at the 7 top digital SLR cameras for 2007. It's a $990 camera, so I'm probably going to get paid $70 to $100 depending on which account it goes through, 7 to 10%. One post, 1 minute of my time, not even 1 minute of my time actually, no minutes of my time. That's why I like higher price items. So it's highly competitive because it's an expensive camera. But in 4 days of no work, just using the techniques we showed, I show up as number 4 in Google for the specific camera model, which we know is a good thing. Any questions about this?
This is all new to me, so I'm kind of curious. You're saying, generally speaking, you're using Amazon as your supplier, so to speak. Okay.
I said if I were you and I was starting all over again, I would. We use Amazon and CJ and some other ones. I'll get into CJ in a minute.
But in this particular position, for example.
Oh, in this one? I thought you meant in general.
In any one.
Yeah.
I mean, in this particular.
Yeah, this is that.
Aren't they going to look